silence, discipline, power, control, mental warfare without words, emotional dominance without shouting. That's your new weapon. You don't raise your voice. You don't explain. You don't argue. You let your silence do the damage, because silence hits different. It confuses them. It shakes their confidence. It makes them question themselves. People expect anger. They expect noise. They expect an emotional reaction. But you give them none. Just steady eyes, calm breath, cold posture, because you've mastered emotional control. You've learned that sometimes the loudest statement is saying nothing at all. Every second you stay silent, their anxiety grows, their doubts get louder, their insecurities scream inside their head, while you stay focused, stay composed, stay dangerous. Your silence becomes their punishment. They won't know how to react. They'll expect you to snap, to shout, to break, but you won't. You'll sit still, look straight, say nothing, and that will drive them insane, because silence leaves space for their own thoughts, for their guilt, for their fear, for their insecurities. They'll replay every word they said to you, every action, every mistake. They'll start doubting themselves, wondering what you're thinking, what you're planning, what's coming next. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting every weakness they tried to hide, every fake smile, every lie they told. You won't have to explain. Your energy will speak for you, louder than any words ever could. You've turned restraint into a weapon. Your cold stare becomes a trigger. Your steady breath becomes a threat. And every second you stay silent, they'll crumble, bit by bit, while you stay still, calm, focused, ready for your next move. They'll talk more, they'll raise their voices, they'll try to provoke you, push your buttons, test your patience, but you'll stay silent. You'll stay still, unmoved, untouched, because they don't realize you're in control now. This isn't about winning arguments. This is about winning wars, mental wars, emotional wars. You've trained for this. You've spent months, maybe years, building emotional armor. And now, their words bounce off you. Their energy can't break you, because you've learned that silence is power, that restraint is strength, that emotional control is a weapon most people will never master. And every time they yell, you grow stronger. Every time they try to break you, you get colder, sharper, more dangerous. You won't need to say a word, because your silence will say everything. It'll scream discipline. It'll scream mental strength. It'll scream, I'm not the same person you used to know. And deep down, they'll feel it, and they'll fear it. If you're serious about building this unbreakable mindset, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This journey isn't for the weak, and neither are you. They'll start second-guessing everything, every word they said, every look they gave, every action they took, because your silence leaves room for doubt, for paranoia, for fear. They'll wonder, is he angry? Is he planning something? Is he done with me? They'll play scenarios in their head over and over, imagining outcomes that don't exist, because you gave them nothing to hold on to, nothing to read, nothing to control. You've taken their power away, with nothing but stillness, discipline, and absolute control over your emotions. They'll check their phone, waiting for a text that won't come. They'll stare at you, waiting for a reaction that won't happen. They'll apologize for things they never confessed to. They'll confess sins you didn't know about, because silence turns guilt into noise, turns pride into regret, turns ego into fear. You don't have to explain your distance. You don't have to justify your calm. You've earned this level of control through pain, through isolation, through mental discipline most people will never reach. And now you're untouchable, cold, focused, unpredictable, and every second you stay silent, they'll break, little by little. You're not ignoring them, you're controlling them, without lifting a finger, without saying a word. That's real power, psychological dominance. They'll try to fill the silence with noise, with explanations, with fake laughs, with nervous small talk. But you'll just watch, calm, cold, unbothered, because deep down they know they've lost control over you. They know they can't predict you anymore, and unpredictability is fear's best friend. You've become unreadable, unshakable, a mystery they can't solve. Their words feel small now. Their attitude feels weak, because silence turns strong people into insecure wrecks, and weak people into complete chaos. You've flipped the game. They're reacting to you now. They're chasing your attention. They're analyzing your every move, while you sit back, silent, strategic, focused, because you know when the time comes, when it matters, when you finally decide to speak, every word will hit like a hammer, because silence makes your words 10 times louder. You're not cold, you're calculated, you're not distant, you're disciplined, you're not emotionless, you're in control. Every word you don't say is a decision. Every look you hold is intentional. You've learned that energy speaks louder than noise. That control is more terrifying than rage. You used to argue, you used to explain, you used to overreact. Not anymore. Now you sit in your power, you own the silence. You let them drown in their own overthinking. You let them feel the weight of every word you chose not to say. And with every second that passes, their anxiety grows, their heart beats faster, their mind spirals, because the unknown is more terrifying than any insult. You're unpredictable now, untouchable, unbreakable. People don't fear loud voices, they fear the ones who say nothing, but still control the entire room. And you have become that person, that presence, that silent threat that no one knows how to handle. And the best part, you're just getting started. They'll overthink every second you stay quiet. They'll analyze your body language, your breathing, your eye contact. Every tiny movement will feel like a signal to them, but you won't give them one. You'll stay unreadable, emotionless on the outside, but calculated on the inside. They won't know if you're angry or just watching, if you're done or just planning your next move. That mystery will eat them alive. They'll replay conversations in their head over and over. What did I say wrong? Did I cross a line? Is he testing me? They'll create stories, invent scenarios, build fake narratives, all because you chose silence. You've weaponized your presence, turned stillness into pressure, turned control into intimidation. Now, they're not fighting you. They're fighting themselves, their own mind, their own guilt, their own fear. And you sit back and watch it all unfold, because true power is making them fall apart without ever raising your voice. This is your new power. You don't react. You don't explain, you don't play emotional games, you sit, you observe, you calculate, and you let your silence do the damage, because nothing breaks people faster than their own mind working against them. You've trained for this, you've suffered for this. You've built this level of control through discipline, through isolation, through mastering yourself when nobody was watching. Now, every room you enter feels your presence. Every person who wronged you feels your absence, and every fake friend, every loud critic, every doubter now sits in silence, overthinking every move you make, while you keep moving forward, cold, calm, focused, because you don't fight battles with noise anymore. You fight them with your energy. Now answer this. When was the last time your silence Made someone completely fall apart? Drop your story in the comments. Let's see who's mastered this level of control and who's still reacting like the rest.